Have you ever been in such scenarios where you sat down to edit on your laptop and after like hours of holding your mouse, you're almost getting frustrated with the edits because you don't really know where to start from? Well, if you've been in such scenarios, just relax and rejoice because in this video, I got you. Hi guys, this is Clinton from GODsHAND Studios, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 major challenges that instills fear in people when it comes to videography and editing. But first, let's throw the intro. In the beginning of 2022, one of the students I was privileged to teach in 2021 came to me like he was kind of puzzled in the middle of dilemma, like whether to continue with his beloved videography or whether to quit. The word caught me, like I don't really know what sparked such dramatic turnaround in him. But after discussing with him and several other videographers, including I myself, I had to overcome such when I was starting up, I came up with 5 major challenges. So in this video, we are not going to be discussing the challenges alone. We're also going to be talking about the solution to those challenges. So let's get straight into it. Number 1 is inadequate knowledge of the basics. So now listen, you only think video editing is complex when you are not very good with the basics. Now, if you get perpetually intimidated whenever you watch other people's videos, or you watch a new tutorial for every new video you come across, or maybe you are watching a video and you see an effect or transitions you like but you don't really know how to start searching for it, this is kind of showing that you are not very good with the basics. So don't get me wrong, it's perfectly normal to feel intimidated when you watch a creative video that you've not seen before, but see what happens when you have good understanding of the basics. Now, if you watch the same video over and over, your mind will start breaking down that video, interpreting it to your brain because it contains information that can relate with the video. And when you have a solid grasp of the fundamentals, if you need to watch tutorials, you will know what to search for, which will save you the stress of watching so many videos that you may not need for a particular task. For instance, let's say you're watching a video edited by some coder and you see an effect that you really like and you want to search for it. Maybe you just go to YouTube and type some coder transitions and it will bring out the whole videos in the whole world for you to watch, and you start watching tutorials of some stuff you already know, which is not necessary and killing your time as well. But we all know that most of those transitions are combinations of time remapping and match cuts and masking, you understand? But if you had good understanding of the basics, you will know precisely what to search for in that transition, which will save you the time of watching videos that you don't really need. Number 2, bad footages. Now listen, no matter how professional you are, a bad footage is a bad footage. Let's call a spade a spade. So I can relate with this on a personal level because I started my videography journey editing footages shot by other people. I noticed that my edit is not as good, and I was thinking that the fault is wholly from me because no matter how I try to recreate the same result I see out there, I'm not just getting it. So as I started watching their videos and watching some concepts in cinematography, I discovered that the fault is not wholly from me. Because no matter how you try to work with a bad footage, you can't just get similar results because those guys observe some principles of cinematography that advance their video, which makes the video clip awesome in camera. That's what actually pushed me to go out and capture those videos myself using some cinematography principles I learned from professionals out there. So that's why in this video I'm gonna be sharing those cinematography principles, so you can either watch to learn or share this video with your own personal videographer so he can watch and advance on his skills and give you the footages of your dreams. So number 3 is wrong niche. See what you need to do. Take the bold step and find your niche. Now this scenario is rampant in the eastern part of Nigeria, where in the vast field of videography, whenever you hear video, the only thing people think of is event videography, shooting weddings and birthdays and burials. So for instance, in my own videography journey, I started out shooting weddings, but I got to a point in my career where I started asking myself the same question that my student asked me. I started contemplating whether this videography is truly for me. But I know deep down I love the art of cinematography, and this dilemma continued to like discover that I started videography because I love shooting movies and commercials, but I'm stuck here shooting and editing weddings just to survive. So I had to go to the things that I love, and that's when I actually started getting opportunities that are in line with my dreams. So before you quit, why not draw back and discover the things that gives you joy in videography, because that's the only way you can actually find fulfillment and enjoy your craft. So fourth, you are not following the rules of creativity. Hope it doesn't sound new to you that life is built on principles, and these things work whether you are conscious of it or not. And the creators you admire out there build their life on those principles. They have routines and habits that keeps them creative all the time. And if you start applying those work routines in your life, you see yourself replicating the same results. So stay around, because we are going to be discussing that in this series as well. Now, the fifth challenge that editors and videographers face is when they are not editing from their heart. Please understand that the software doesn't do the edit. The softwares you use in editing are the same softwares that most professionals out there use. So this means that you are not actually paid for the software you are using. You are paid for your uniqueness. That's why you are giving those softwares to express yourself better. So that's why before you even start editing, you have to calm down and search your heart even before you start editing, to know the expectations you have for a video before you even start. Notice I didn't say it's because you're not making money, because I know from experience that it's almost impossible for you to follow the steps I'm about to share with you in this video and not make a whole lot of money as a videographer and as an editor. So with that being said, who is this series for? Number one, this series is for an absolute beginner that has a dream of becoming a pro and make waves in the field of videography and editing. Number two is also for an intermediate videographer that wants to advance in his level of cinematography and do what the pros are doing out there. And finally, it's also for a practicing professional that wants to refresh their minds on the basics. See, I had to go back and read books and watch tutorials for this series, and you won't believe how used to suffering I was, because there are long processes I went through to get things done that can now be done just with a click of a button, and we will discuss that as well in this series. So with that being said, it means that this course is for everybody that is interested. So ensure to subscribe and turn on the notification button so you don't miss out on any updates as we start uploading the video. Outro.